Jessica Saylor. Ellie Schindeldecker. Jade Stockler. Let's hear it for all the Milaca seniors.
Okay, so our first senior is Hannah Jones. Hannah Jones has been in swimming for 10 years. Her favorite swim memory is when she went a 1:13 in the 100 breaststroke. Her funniest swim moment is when the coach bus broke down in West Fargo for 2.5 hours and we had to wait for a new bus. Hannah's plans for after high school are to finish her military training and then attend the University of Northern Colorado. Her advice to younger swimmers is to just keep swimming because taper will come soon enough.
Our second senior is Molly Lang. Molly has been in swimming for 2 years. Her favorite swim memory is when Leah put her team suit in the swimsuit dryer and it got shredded. Her most embarrassing swim moment is when she missed the wall during a race and she was just floating there. Molly's plans for after high school are to attend college and get a job that pays a lot. Her advice to younger swimmers is to work hard and have fun because it does go by fast.
Our last senior is Caitlin Gustafson. Caitlin Gustafson has been in swimming for 9 years. Her favorite memory is going to state her junior year and having all the team bondings. Her most embarrassing moment is when the back of her swimsuit ripped during practice and no one noticed until after practice. Caitlin's plans for after high school are to go to college and get a degree in elementary school education. Her advice to younger swimmers is to work as hard as you can, trust coach because he really does know, and appreciate and love your teammates because they truly are the best ones out there.
And let's hear it for our Little Falls seniors.
Welcome. Welcome to tonight's swimming meet featuring the Little Falls Flyers versus the Milaca Wolves. The coaches for the Wolves are Joe Wildman, Jenny Burrows, and Lindsay Paurus. Flyer coaches are Tim Corbett, Jackie Fritz, and Whitney Weiss, and Will Corbett. Milaca will be swimming in lanes 2, 4, and 6 this evening, and the Flyers will be swimming in lanes 1, 3, and 5. Please silence your phones, stand, and remove your hats while the team sings the national anthem. Our first event this evening is the Junior Varsity 200-yard medley relay.
Good evening,
For
ladies
Little
and gentlemen,
Falls in
and
lane
welcome
3,
to Little Falls Community Middle
Gustafson,
School.
Kaler,
I'm Mark
Walbeck,
Deal,
and Lang.
along
For
with
Milaca in
Austin
lane 2,
Moore,
Kohler,
bringing
Mikla,
you tonight's
LeClaire, and Baumgartner.
swimming matchup between the
In
Little
lane
Falls
4,
Flyers
Voss, District
and
Peterson
the
in
Milaca Wolves.
Trubeck.
Tonight's
Trubenbach
senior
and
night here at
Bolt.
Little Falls Community Middle School pool in Austin. That's a nice group of seniors they had, a nice little ceremony they had to get the evening started.
Yes, it is.
Austin, who do we have for seniors for Little Falls?
We have Caitlin Gustafson,
Yep.
Molly Lang, and
I believe the last one is Hannah Jones.
I believe you are correct.
And Hannah is not swimming tonight. She's been battling an injury for a little while here, and but she's been a good leader for this team for this season, and it's great to see them get recognized. Our first event tonight is the JV 200 medley relay, and the backstrokers are in the pool ready to go. Swimming in lane 2 and 4, we have the Milaca Wolves, and in lane 3, we have the Flyers. Swimming for the Flyers tonight is, in its JV matchup, is Barrett Gustafson doing the backstroke. Sarah Kaler will do the breaststroke. Sarah Wolbeck will do the butterfly, and Molly Lang will finish it off with the freestyle. And swimming for Milaca in lane 2, we have Abigail Streff, then Raina Mikla, Isabella LeClaire, and Lynn Baumgartner. And in lane 4 from Milaca, we have Shelby Voss, Indigo Bistrup Peterson, Lacey Trubenbach, and Kate Bolt. In the 200 medley relay, each swimmer swims 50 yards, so a down and back in the pool. Right now the breaststrokers are in the pool, and looks like we have a pretty even race going so far. As they get, for Little Falls, that would be Sarah Kaler in the pool, and Raina Mikla in lane 2, and Indigo Bistrup Peterson in lane 3. Now here come the Butterflyers in lane 2 for Milaca. We have Isabel Leclerc. For Little Falls, in lane 3, we have Sarah Wolbeck. And in lane 4, we have Lindsay Trubenbach for Milaca. I don't know about you, Austin, but this looks like one stroke I'm just not sure I'd ever want to have to swim.
Yeah, looks pretty difficult.
You've got to really propel yourself up out of the water and use your arms then to pull yourself forward. It is a true test, all the while keeping your legs basically stiff like a dolphin, doing that dolphin kick in the back end. Here come the freestylers now. In lane 2 in the lead, that is Lynn Baumbarger. And in lane 3 for the Flyers, currently in 3rd place is Molly Lang. And for Milaca in 2nd place in lane 4 is Kate Bolt. Swimming, Austin, is one of the few broadcasts that we actually also cover the junior varsity events because of the way the meets are structured. They swim a JV race and then a varsity race back to back. And so the only way for us to, and on Flyer Media Productions, to cover this meet is to do both the JV and the varsity races.
Yep, it's something new.
In lane 6, Vivant, Tucksmith, Sailor, and Manola.
This is our first year with Flyer Media Productions covering the swimming events. We tried a year ago and it didn't work out real well, but this year we've got it down and we're happy to be able to bring tonight's meet to you. All right, the varsities are in the pool. Little Falls has two relays going just one. Yes, 2 relays going in lanes 3 and 5. Milaca's running 3 relay teams in lanes 2, 4, and 6. Little Falls will be swimming in the odd numbered lanes tonight. Milaca will be in even lanes. So as you watch on your screen, lane 1 is at the top, lane 6 at the bottom. And we are on to the breaststrokers. So swimming tonight for Little Falls in the varsity medley relay. In lane 3, we have Leah Josephson. Abby Noyes is in the pool right now doing the breaststroke. Layla Waltman will do the backstroke, and Monica Check will anchor this relay with the freestyle. And in lane 5, we have Allison Kaler did the backstroke. Ari Greenwald is going to be doing the breaststroke for us right now. Then it'll be Faith Rausch doing the butterfly, and Kendra Kuchar will be swimming the anchor leg freestyle. The butterflyers are in the pool right now. Milaca is off to a very good lead, almost a half a length of pool as we finish up the butterfly portion of this relay. Looks like they will take the victory. Well, we've got a really strong battle, Austin, for 2nd and 3rd place in lanes 2 and 3. Here come the freestylers. That's Monica Check going for Little Falls in lane 3. And Kendra Kuchar just got in the pool for Little Falls in lane 5. We'll see if Monica can close the gap here and catch the Milaca swimmer that's in lane 2. Doesn't look like that'll happen. But still a nice performance for Monica and the rest of the relay team. Kendra Kuchar comes into touch, and here comes the final Milaca swimmer into touch. So Milaca wins the varsity medley relay with a time of 1:54.63.
200-yard freestyle for Little Falls in lane 3, all home, 5 wallback. For Milaca in lane 2, Neely, 4 Crandall, 6 Stockler.
Next up is the JV 200-yard freestyle. So from Milaca in lane 2 will be Emma Neely. For Little Falls in lane 3 is Jada Allholm. For Milaca in lane 4 is Michelle Crandall. For Little Falls in lane 5 is Mary Wolbeck. And in lane 6 we have Jade Stockler from Milaca. So Austin, with the 200 freestyle relay, how many times down and back in the pool is this race going to be for us?
8. 4 down and back, but 8.
8 lengths to the pool, yes. Four trips down and back.
And something interesting is Jada Allholm is only 13 years old.
Yeah, Jada's an 8th grader, and actually Mary Wolbeck, swimming in lane 5, is also an 8th grader for Little Falls. A large part of the JB lineup for Little Falls is made up of 7th and 8th graders. And some of those kids will be swimming varsity races tonight. Little Falls has really been hit with a lot of different injury bugs this year, and putting together lineups has been a challenge for Coach Corbett, as he's not sure from one meet to the next who's going to be available. The key to this 200 is to get in a good rhythm early and be able to stick to it. You don't want to go out too fast, but you also don't want to go out too slow. It's not quite a full sprint, but it's not also just a nice little swim in the park either. Currently the Milaca swimmers are 1-2, and it's a tight race for 3rd place amongst the 2 Little Falls swimmers and the Milaca swimmer in lane number 2. As they are coming down to wrap up the first 100 of this race, you'll start to see the speed of the race pick up a little bit. The Milaca swimmer in lane 6, that is Jade Stockler, is currently in the lead. But she's doing battle with her teammate Michelle Crandall up there in lane 4. Austin, what do you think? You think the Flyer swimmers will catch these two?
I don't know. Could happen, but they're going to have to put some work in for that.
It's great to have Austin joining us tonight. Austin's a sophomore at Little Falls Community High School, and he's a real leader in our Flyer media productions, and we're happy tonight to let him do double duty. He's running a camera for us and helping out with the announcing of this telecast. So Michelle Crandall up in lane 4 is currently your race leader, followed by Jade Stockler in lane 6, and Jada Allholm in lane 3 is your top flyer at the moment, followed closely by Mary Wolbeck in lane 5. As they come into the finish, it looks like it'll be 1-2 for Milaca, and Jada and Mary will take 3rd and 4th places respectively. Winning time in this race was 2:30.09, which for a JB race is a pretty good time.
Our next event is the varsity girls 200-yard freestyle. For Little Falls in lane 1, Roush, 3, Carper, 5, Gustafson. For Milaca in lane 2, McConnell, 4, Nerd, 6, Lilm.
We're glad to have Diane Spellum doing the PA for us tonight, announcing the swimmers in the various lanes. You'll hear her do the race results as we move through the evening. So the varsity swimmers are in the pool, and as she said, for Little Falls, in lane 1 is Faith Roush, and in lane 3 is Maddie Carper, and in lane 5 it's Caitlin Gustafson. Caitlin, one of the 2 senior swimmers tonight for Little Falls that'll be in the lineup. Caitlin's been a strong swimmer for the Flyers for a number of years now, and currently she is in 1st place. Second place right now is Emma Nord from Milaca, and in third place is Maddie Carper, a junior from Little Falls. Austin, a 200-yard swim. What do you think it would take for you to be able to swim that?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? I'd probably be right there with you. Our director tonight is Adam Patrick. He's over here shaking his head at us. He thinks he could do it in under 2 minutes. So I'd like to see him jump in the pool and try it.
If they have an open lane, he should jump in there with them.
Yeah, we'll throw him in. Caitlin Gustafson in lane 5 is still your race leader as they come down here. Finish off the 150 mark of this race. Maddie Carper in lane 3 is in a great battle there with Emma Nord for second place. We'll see if Maddie can put a really strong kick together to go get her and take second place. Caitlin Gustafson looks to Austin like she should win this race for Little Falls. We'll see what happens here with second place. It's going to be a tight one coming to the end. Caitlin touches the time, and it looks like Maddie just got outstretched at the end there. So Caitlin Gustafson wins that race for Little Falls in a time of 2:15.84.
Our next event is the junior varsity
followed by
200-yard
Emma
individual
Nord in
medley.
second place at 2:19.42, and Maddie Carper finishes at 2:19.85. So strong swim. Faith Roush finished fourth at 2:26.59. So good performance from the Flyers on that race. Next up, Austin, what do we have?
We have the girls 200-yard IM junior varsity race.
And who do we have swimming for Little Falls in this race?
For Little Falls, we have Maddie Dahlberg.
So 3 swimmers in this race. In lane 2 tonight is Indigo Bistra Peterson from Milaca. In lane 3 is Maddie Dahlberg for Little Falls. In lane 4 is Jada Cottsmith from Milaca. It looks like we had a scratch from Milaca in lane 6. So just the 3 swimmers in the JV race. In this race, it's just like the relay, it's 4 different disciplines, the 4 different strokes. They start with the butterfly, they go to the backstroke, then followed by the breaststroke, and they finish with the freestyle.
Looks like we got a pretty close race.
Yes, we do. Maddie Dahlberg is a senior for the Flyers, or excuse me, a sophomore for the Flyers. Maddie's been more of a distance specialist for the Flyers, and I honestly, Austin, can't recall seeing her swim this race, but she's holding her own and doing a great job in this backstroke. Now they switch over to the butterfly. This butterfly stroke is really a test of your leg strength and upper body arm strength, because it's a lot of pulling and a lot of whip kicking to propel yourself through the water. I don't know about you, Austin, but they don't do the doggy paddle for me anymore, so I'd be stuck on this one.
I'm more of an underwater swimmer.
There you go. Now that they've moved on to the last discipline here, the freestyle, the Milaca swimmer there, Jada Codsmith, has got almost a half a pool length lead on Maddie Dahlberg and Indigo Bistrup Peterson. But it's going to be a battle for second place. Maddie Dahlberg currently in the lead, or currently in second.
And it looks like she's going to take it.
And she touches in second place. Right, closely followed behind by Bistrup Peterson from
Our next
Milaca.
event is the varsity 200-yard individual medley.
All right,
Austin.
Austin.
In lane 1, Kaler, 3, Waltman, 5, Noyes. For Milaca in lane 2, Bluebrent, 4, Hendrickson, 6, Hartung.
All right, Austin, so the 200-yard IM for the varsity, as we heard Diane Spillum say, for Little Falls we have in lane 1 Allison Kaler, in lane 3 Layla Waltman, and in lane 5 Abby Noyes. Into the pool they go. Starting off with the butterfly stroke. One of the more demanding strokes in the swim lineup. Lane 4 for Milaca, that is Chloe Hendrickson, who's currently in the lead. And lane 3 is Layla Waltman for the Flyers. Chloe Hendrickson from Milaca has currently got almost a half a length of pool lead on Layla Waltman. Layla is holding her own though. The Milaca swimmer in lane 6, Ellie Hartung, is currently in third place, followed closely by Abby Noyes from Little Falls in lane 5. So on to the breaststroke here, Austin, and it looks like the lead for Chloe Hendrickson has been cut down a little bit, but she still has a pretty good commanding lead to finish off this race. As she heads off on her freestyle, Layla Waltman now coming into touch and switch over to her freestyle stroke. The Milaca swimmer has already turned at the far end. Waltman and Hartung are there, about to do their flip turn. Here comes Layla. Chloe Hendrickson touches in first place for Milaca, followed by, here comes Layla Waltman. And last, here comes, in third place is Hartung from Milaca, fourth place, Noyes from Little Falls, and the Milaca swimmer in lane 2, Anna Lubrandt, just out touches Allison Kaler for sixth place.
Our next event is an exhibition 50 freestyle for Little Falls in lane 1, Holtz, 3, Kloot, 5, Kaler. For Milaca in lane 2, Jordan, 4, Bombarder, 6, Streff.
So this is a JV 50-yard freestyle. They consider it an exhibition because they have more swimmers. Each team is allotted 3 swimmers per race, but in order to help make sure that everybody gets the appropriate number of races in for the evening, sometimes they'll swim an exhibition race, and that's what we have going on here. So for Little Falls, these are fast races. For Little Falls, we have in lane 1 Alicia Hoyts, in lane 2 Grace Clute, and in lane 5, Sarah Kaler. Coming in from Milaca, winning this particular race will be Lynn Baumbarger, followed by Grace Clute in second place.
The next event is the Junior Varsity 50-yard freestyle. For Little Falls in lane 3, Lang, 5, Greenwald. For Milaca in lane 2, Vivant, 4, Anderson, 6, LeClaire.
Ari Greenwald in lane 5 is an 7th grader, I believe, for Little Falls. Molly Lang up in lane 3 is a senior. This is her second year in swimming. Ari's getting her feet wet as one of the younger swimmers on the team. In lane 4 from Milaca, that is Abby Anderson. She's going to win the JV race. Milaca will take a clean sweep in lanes 2, 4, and 6. They'll take first, second, and third place.
Our next event is the varsity 50-yard freestyle. For Little Falls in lane 1, Kucher, 3, Josephson, 5, Roush. For Milaca in lane 2, Tesh, 4, Merworth, 6, Herbst.
So Austin, in this varsity race for the Flyers, we've got 2 8th graders going, Kendra Kucher and Ella Roush. Kucher up in lane 1 and Roush in lane 5. Rachel Josephson is in lane 3. All 3 of these swimmers for the Flyers have had a really strong season so far. They've all made the section cut time and will be swimming at the section meet. That's a tight one, but it looks like it'll be Josephson in lane 3 for the Flyers. Yes, it is. Josephson takes first place. Milaca takes second place in lane 4.
Our next event will be
with Brianna
diving.
Merworth, and Ella Roush comes in third place for the Flyers. So a good showing for the Flyers in that race. All right, we're going to switch over to diving now. And diving, we're going to let Diane Spillum, our PA announcer, tell you the action of what's going on. She'll let you know what each diver is going to do, what the dive is, and the degree of difficulty, and then she'll report the scores for you at the end of the dive. So Austin and I will take a little break, but we're happy to bring diving to you now. There'll be a warm-up period for the diving, just to make everybody aware. For the diving, we will have varsity diving only. For Little Falls, we will have Olivia Nearing and Emma Gustafson and Danny Shermers. And for Milaca, it'll be Shelby Voss and Lillian LeClaire.
Our diving order this evening, diving first for Little Falls is Olivia Nearing. Diving second for Milaca is Shelby Voss. Diving third for Little Falls is Danielle Schermers. And diving fourth for Milaca is Lily LeClaire. And diving fifth for Little Falls is Emma Gustafson. Our first diver this evening, Olivia Nearing. Her dive is number 201C, a back dive, tuck position. The degree of difficulty is 1.5. And could we please have it quiet when the divers get up on the board? Thank you. Judges award, 5.5, 4.5, 5.5. Shelby Voss, her dive is number 201A, a back dive, straight position, 1.7. Judges award, 4, 3.5, 4.5. Danielle Schermers, she will do dive number 201A, a back dive, straight position, 1.7. Judges award, 6, 6, 6. Lily LeClaire, her dive is number 201A, a back dive, straight position, 1.7. Judges award, 5.5, 6, 6.5. Emma Gustafson will do dive number 201B, a back dive, pike position, 1.6. Judges award, 6.5, 5.5, 7. Olivia Nearing, her dive is number 202A, a back somersault, straight position, 1.7. Judges award, 5.5, 5, 5.5. Shelby Voss, she will do dive number 401C, an inward dive, tuck position, 1.4. Judges award, 4.5, 4, 4.5. Danielle Schermers. She will do dive number 202A, a back somersault, straight position, 1.7. Judges award, 5.5, 5.5, 6. Lily LeClaire, her dive is number 401B, an inward dive, pike position, 1.5. Judges award, 5, 5, 6. Emma Gustafson will do dive number 202A, a back somersault, straight position, 1.7. Judges award, 7, 5.5, 6.5. Olivia Nearing, her dive is number 402C, an inward somersault, tuck position, 1.6. Judges award, 5, 5, 5.5. Shelby Voss, she will do dive number 101C, a forward dive, tuck position, 1.2. Judges award, 4, 4, 4.5. Danielle Schermers, her dive is number 401B, an inward dive, pike position, 1.5. Judges award, 5.5, 5.5, 6.5. Lily LeClaire's dive is number 101B, a forward dive, pike position, 1.3. Judges award, 2, 2, 3. Emma Gustafson will do dive number 401B, an inward dive, pike position, 1.5. Judges award, 8, 7, 7.5. Olivia Nearing, her dive is number 302C, a reverse somersault, tuck position, 1.6. Judges award, 5.5, 5, 5.5. Shelby Voss will be doing dive number 102C, a forward somersault, tuck position, 1.4. Judges award, 5, 5.5, 5. Danielle Schermers, she will do dive number 103B, a forward 1.5 somersault, pike position 1.7. Judges award, 6, 6, 6. Lily LeClaire, her dive is number 102C, a forward somersault, tuck position 1.4. Judges award, 5, 5, 4.5. Emma Gustafson's dive is number 103B, a forward 1.5 somersault, pike position 1.7. Judges award, 7.5, 7.5, 7. Olivia Nearing, her dive is number 103B, a forward 1.5 somersault, pike position 1.7. Judges award, 5.5, 6, 6. Shelby Voss, her dive is number 5121D, a forward somersault with a half twist, free position 1.7. Judges award, 2, 2.5, 2. Danielle Schermers, her dive is number 104C, forward 2 somersaults, tuck position 2.2. Judges award, 6, 5.5, 5. Lily LeClaire will do dive number 5121D, a forward somersault with a half twist, free position 1.7. Unsuccessful dive. Emma Gustafson's dive is number 104C, a forward, 2 somersaults, tuck position, 2.2. Judges Award, 4.5, 5, 4. Beginning our final round of diving, Olivia Nearing will do dive number 104C, a forward, 2 somersaults, tuck position, 2.2. Judges Award, 5, 5, 5. Shelby Voss will do dive number 301C, a reverse dive, tuck position, 1.6. Unsuccessful dive. Danielle Schermers. She will do dive number 302C, a reverse somersault, tuck position, 1.6. Judges Award, 5.5, 5.5, 5. Lily Leclerc's dive is number 301C, a reverse dive, tuck position, 1.4. Judges Award, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. Emma Gustafson's dive is number 301B, a reverse dive, pike position, 1.7. Judges Award, 7.5, 8, 7. This concludes the diving.
I understand there are still some ducks available for chuck-a-duck, so if you want to you haven't got your duck yet, go get your duck for chuck-a-duck. It's going to happen in just a minute or so. The lucky ducks are still in the bucket.
Raising opportunity here at Little Falls, and actually at a lot of pools they have something similar. You get to take your you buy a duck for $1, and if you get your duck into the little tube there in the middle of the pool, you get to I believe split the pot. So we'll see how this goes.
Announcing her last chuck-a-duck.
Okay, 3, 1, go. Chuck-a-duck.
That is time now to shuck the ducks. One right off the tube there, it looked like, Austin.
Yeah, there's a couple going right off the tube.
I'm not sure I'd want to be that swimmer hanging out down there having to kind of dodge the ducks as they come flying at you.
Yeah.
Donnie's just trying to pelt him in the head. Donnie. Oh! Greg got it in. Emma, you're on fire, girl.
Drained it.
All right. Well, I think that might be the end of the Chuck-a-Duck.
Okay, the winner is number 91.
And now we'll have a short warm-up period for the swimmers after that little break for diving. First, we'll get the lane line put back in, and then the ducks will get picked up. And after that, a short warm-up, and then we'll get going again with the next races. Austin, what will we have first here after as the races get going up again?
Girls 100-yard butterfly for the junior varsity.
Yeah, so I'd like to take and put Austin and Adam both in this race. Since Little Falls has no one swimming, I'll contribute Austin and Adam, and we'll see how they do.
I'll take a pass on that.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Adam's taking a pass on that race too. Yeah, he says he's taking a pass too. All right. Well, as we mentioned earlier, it is senior night here at Little Falls, and 3 seniors for the Flyers: Hannah Jones, Caitlin Gustafson, and Molly Lang. Each of them having played a key part to the team, not only this year but in the years past. And for Caitlin Gustafson, that was her last chance to announce the Chuck-a-Duck, and hopefully that's a special memory for her. You see the Flyers are back in the pool ready to warm up. Looks like Milaca's getting ready to jump back in here as well, and after they get the diving board put away, and then we'll be good to go. So the races coming up will be the 100-yard butterfly, both JV and varsity. Then we'll do the 100-yard freestyle for the JV and varsity, followed by Austin's favorite race, the 500-yard freestyle, both JV and varsity. The 500-yarder is a real test of endurance as a swimmer. See if you can keep a consistent race pace going for 20 lengths of the pool, Austin. It's a good thing they have a counter down there at the end, or
yeah.
I think I would be lost. But
I'd lose count after like 5.
the 500-yard freestyle will be followed by the 200-yard freestyle relay, both JV and varsity. And Austin, that actually is one of my favorite races to watch, because each swimmer on your relay is just down and back, and people are in and out of that pool as quick as possible.
Yeah.
With for most swimmers, the freestyle being their fastest stroke, it is one of the loudest and most electrifying races that you will have at the meet. Yeah. Then we'll follow that with the 100-yard backstroke for both JV and varsity, the 100-yard breaststroke for the JV and varsity, and then we will finish off the night.
That I know, and Mrs. Fritz.
Yeah, Tim Corbett's been the swimming and diving coach here for a number of years, and Jackie Fritz coaches the divers. Tim focuses on the swimming races. And then their assistants are Will Corbett and Whitney Weiss. Whitney is a former state champion for the Flyers and competed at the collegiate level for San Diego State, the Aztecs over down there in Southern California. And we are lucky and very fortunate to have her back with us here, helping these young Flyers develop into the best swimmers that they can be. And I know Coach Corbett is thrilled to have Whitney back and helping out, and hopefully this is something that she'll be able to do to help Corbett for a long time. Lots of swimmers in the pool right now, Austin. Looks like a Chinese fire drill almost, but it's a good chance for them to all warm up and get ready to go. our director Adam wants us to throw a shout out to Sarah Philippi. Sarah had done the announcing along with Julie Newman for our last 2 swimming broadcasts. Neither of them were available for this evening, so you get to listen to the wonderful vocal tones of Mr. Austin Moore. But Sarah hopes to be back with us next fall for our swim broadcasts for the 2019 season. She had a blast doing that, and we're very appreciative of her expertise and being willing to help out along with Julie. That was a great tandem for us. They even traveled with us up to Brainerd one night to do that home meet that got moved over to the Brainerd pool when the Little Falls pool was having some issues and was not able to be used. So we appreciate both of their help with that. Flyer Media Productions will be covering tomorrow night's Flyer football game against the against the New London Spicer Wildcats. We will be on the air about 6:45. Corey Fink with Little Falls Radio will have the call of the game, and we're thankful to Little Falls Radio for their partnership and allowing us to take their audio feed for the game. So plan to join Corey. If you're not at the game, plan to join Corey with us online or on the radio. And then Flyer Media will really be taking a break for a little while, Austin. We've kind of reached the end of our fall sports season, but we will have some a concert coming up, actually a couple of them. The first one being the choir concert on Monday,
20th.
April the 20th.
20th. I will be in that
22nd.
concert. I will be in that concert.
Nice. Well, we'll have to find a replacement for Austin on the cameras. Maybe Adam will have to come out of camera retirement and help us out. And then we will be covering the Veterans Day program on November the 12th from the high school, and then we'll have the IMC concert, and then we'll get into
please have the pool cleared?
Then we will be getting
Clear
into
the pool, please. Thank you.
Getting into the winter sports season and just previewing that a little bit, Austin. We have a number of broadcasts that we have lined up, both from the Exchange Arena with hockey, and we're happy to have James Hershey and Jamie Pettit joining us on those broadcasts again. And a large number of basketball doubleheaders this year, Austin. It'll be doubleheader being a boy-girl varsity doubleheader. I believe we have 5 of those scheduled to broadcast.
Our next event
Flyer
is
Gymnasium.
the Junior Varsity 100-yard butterfly for Milaca in lane 2, Trubenbach.
Yeah, looks like we only got 2 racers in this.
And yes, for Little Falls does not have anyone in the JV 100 butterfly, so it'll be the Milaca swimmer all by herself.
I would like to throw a shout out to our previous co-president, Matt Lau, who's doing a wonderful job on the scoreboard.
Yes, Matt does the timing. So Lainey Trubenbeck will be in the pool for Milaca, the lone swimmer in this race. So Austin, I guess it's guaranteed that she will win.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of a fun race to have, huh? Knowing you're going to win. Guaranteed. I guess so long as she finishes the race, she'll win.
Yeah. Just a race against the clock.
Yep. Safe to say that if we put either Austin or Adam into the pool with Laney, she'd probably kick both of their butts.
Probably.
So, that's got to be tough because you know everybody is watching you.
Yeah.
And you want to do your very best, but yet I'm sure it feels like just a ton of pressure out there.
Yeah. It looks like she was supposed to be racing a teammate, Reina Mikla, but it looks like she dropped out.
Yep, she must have been a scratch. Here comes Laney on her last length of the pool, down to the last 15 yards, looking strong. Currently at a time of 1 minute 20 seconds. This is a great JV level performance for a swimmer in the butterfly stroke. So nicely done, Laney. Laney finishes.
The results of the diving: in third place from Little Falls, Nearing. In second place from Little Falls, Shermers. And in first place, Gustafson with 201.8 points.
As you heard Diane Spillums.
Our next event is the varsity 100-yard butterfly for Little Falls. In lane 3, Waltman. In 5, Dahlberg. For Milaca, in lane 2, Crandall. Lane 4, Van Donsel. In lane 6, Mikola.
As you heard Diane Spillum say, there was a clean sweep for the Flyers in diving. And Laney finished in a time of 1:34.59 on that 100 butterfly that she swam by herself. So good job to Laney. The varsity 100 butterflies are in the pool right now. For the Flyers in lane 3 is Layla Waltman, and in lane 5 is Maddie Dahlberg. Currently in the lead up in lane 2 is Michelle Crandall for Milaca. Second place is a tight race between Layla Waltman and Madison Van Donsel from Milaca. Layla's closing the gap. We'll see what happens here. It's going to be a close finish coming to the end. She's really gaining. And at the wall, it's going to be Michelle Crandall for Milaca taking first place. Layla Waltman in second place. And in third place from Milaca was Madison Van Donsel. Nicely done for those ladies. Michelle Crandall wins in a time of 1:16.22, followed by Layla Waltman at 1:16.63. So only 0.4 of a second really.
Our next event is the varsity. Junior varsity 100-yard freestyle. For Little Falls in lane 3, Gustafson. 5, Lang. For Milaca in lane 2, Wendland. 4, Schendeldecker. In lane 6, Bolt.
All right, so 3 Gustafson sisters swimming for the Flyers this year. Barrett Gustafson will be for swimming in lane 3 for the Flyers, and Molly Lang in lane 5 in this 100-yard freestyle. And as you heard Diane say, for Milaca, it'll be Shelby Voss in lane 2, Ellie Schindeldecker in lane 4, and Kate Bolt in lane 6. So the 100-yard freestyle being 4 lengths to the pool, Austin. Who do we have in the lead right now?
Looks like we got in lane 4, Ellie Schindeldecker.
Yep, Ellie Schindeldecker. And then in lane 6 for Milaca, Kate Bolt is currently in second place, followed by Barrett Gustafson for the Flyers, and then Molly Lang. Last 10 yards here for the Milaca swimmer in lane 4, Ellie Schindeldecker. She'll come in to touch in first place. We got a little battle going on for second place here between Barrett Gustafson and Kate Bolt, but Kate will out-touch her here to take second place. Barrett Gustafson will finish in third, and Molly Lang will take fourth. Ellie Schindeldecker took
Our next event is the varsity 100-yard freestyle.
So
for Little Falls in lane 1, Gustafson,
good JV
3,
time
Josephson, 5, Roush. For Milaca in lane 2, Vivant, 4, Merworth, 6, Herbst.
100-yard varsity freestyle, as you heard Diane say, for the Flyers in lane 1, it'll be Caitlin Gustafson. In lane 3, Rachel Josephson. In lane 5, Ella Roush. Into the pool they go. This has been a strong event for Rachel Josephson so far this season. To see if she can continue to stay towards the top. We have a tight pack of 6 swimmers right now, though, but Josephson is in the lead. Followed by the Milaca swimmer in lane 4. That is Brianna Merworth. Flyers are battling for the top 3 of the top 4 spots right now. We'll see how this plays out. As they come off the final turn, Rachel Josephson's in the lead, followed by Merworth in lane 4. And it looks like Ella Roush might be in second place in lane 5, or third place in lane 5, excuse me. And that's how they do finish. Josephson takes first, Roush third, and
Our next
Caitlin
event
Gustafson
is the
up in lane
junior
1
varsity
finished in
500-yard
fourth
freestyle
place.
for Little Falls in lane 3, All Home, and
Josephson
lane 5,
finishes in
Wolbeck.
a time of 57.40 seconds. So a very strong swim for her. Probably not quite Ryan Lochte or Michael Phelps' time there, Austin, but we'll take it.
I wouldn't compare people to Michael Phelps. He raced a shark and won.
Yeah, he's quite the phenom, wasn't he?
Yeah.
All right, up next is the 500-yard JV freestyle race, and we only have two swimmers in this race, both for the Flyers. In lane 3, we have Jada Allholm, and in lane 5, Mary Wolbeck.
Guess we'll see which Flyer comes out on top.
Guaranteed win for the Flyers. Is that what you're saying, Austin?
Yeah.
There you go.
And as of now, the score is now Flyers leading 61-49.
And hopefully they can hold on and win this meet. It'd be a great way for their seniors to go out.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. There's still a lot of swimming left to go.
This scoring system is very different from what I'm used to, because as the cross-country manager, I'm used to low score being good.
Yeah, it's a little bit different from the cross-country scoring that you're used to. Probably the most important people in this race are the ones that are at the far end of the pool, holding the lap counters, so that the swimmers know which lap they're on. Right now, Jada and Mary are swimming a very even, controlled pace race. Interesting to note that For the 500-meter race, Coach Corbett throws on an blaze orange t-shirt so that his swimmers can find him a little easier. He only puts it on for this race. I don't know if it's a superstition or lucky charm or what exactly it is, but he throws that on for this race, and away they go. Right now, Jada Alholm, after I believe they are just finishing length of pool number 4. Oh, no, excuse me, that was number 6. As the lap counters are throwing up the number 7 for the 2 flyer swimmers. Both Jada and Mary are 8th graders swimming for the Flyers this year. Both of them have been called on at various times to swim up in the upper level. Jada actually swam for the varsity at the True Team meet the other day in Sartell, where the Flyers took 8th place in the True Team section meet. Sartell won that meet, followed by Sauk Center and Melrose. That meet was held at the Sartell pool, which is an 8-lane pool and has a very large deck that can accommodate hosting a meet of that caliber.
Yeah. I would have to say that they're taking this out at a very smart pace because each of them have a race later on.
Yes, they both will race again. They actually both might have 2 more races to go. Usually they are in the last 2 races of the last 2 relays, the 50 freestyle relay and the 400 freestyle relay. And sometimes Jada Alholm will do the breaststroke, and I was just checking to see. Jada is not swimming the breaststroke tonight.
I see Mary is racing the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay for junior varsity, and then Jada is racing the. Saw her on your screen.
Jada will do the 400.
Yeah,
freestyle
400-yard
relay.
freestyle relay.
And she will do the 200 freestyle relay coming up here in a little bit. Coach Corbett encouraging Jada to pick up the pace here a little bit.
Yeah, that's an interesting color to be wearing at a Flyers and Milaca swim meet. Orange.
Jada is currently swimming at a current time is 5 minutes and 12 seconds. At the end of the lap. This is lap 17, or excuse me, length 17 coming up for Jada. The section cut time for varsity in this race is 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Jada won't quite reach that, but this is an event that Jada has just really picked up this year. She's on pace to finish around 7 minutes, which is a good time for her. Coaches are pushing her to try to go a little quicker. Mary's coming in not too far behind her right now.
Just over a half a length of the pool behind her. Jada
makes the final turn and heads for home. 6:27 right now. She should come in under 7 minutes. Fairly easily. Looks like she'll finish at about 6:40.
6:42.
6:42 time, close to 6:42.
She had a 37-second lap time.
Yeah, 37:58 on that final lap, which after going 450 yards, that's a pretty doggone good time.
Our next
6:41.44.
varsity 500-yard
6:41.44, which
The
is
Little
a
Falls in lane 1.
great swim
check.
for her. And
3
Mary
Carper, 5
finishes
Roush.
in
4 Milaca
6:55.88,
in lane
so
2.
a good swim for
McConnell.
both of them.
4 Nord, 6 Leom.
All right, sorry about that. We're talking over Diane there on the PA system, but for the girls varsity for Little Falls, in lane 1 we have Monica Check, an 8th grader. Lane 3, Maddie Carper, a junior. And in lane 5 is Faith Roush, who is a sophomore. I believe, Austin, that Maddie Carper is already qualified in this race for the section swim meet. I know that Monica Check up in lane 1 is trying hard to be able to qualify for the section swim time. That cut time is 6 minutes and 30 seconds. She swam a 6:39 the other day at the True Team meet in Sartell, so she's getting very close. And I'm sure the coaches are working with her to try to see if they can't cut a few more seconds off that time. Your leaders right now are at about 1:12, entering, starting at the beginning of length number 5. Maddie Carper in lane 3, and Emma Nord in lane 4 are currently battling for the lead. We'll see if one of them is able to pull away from the others. In lane 5, that's Faith Roush for the Flyers. Not too far behind.
So if 6:41 is a winning time for JV, what do you think the winning time for varsity will be?
It'll be somewhere around that 6-minute mark, likely. It just depends on what kind of a pace they set for themselves. We'll be able to tell more here at the end of this lap, kind of what they're on pace for. Maddie Carper currently in the lead. Maddie touches in after the first 4 laps.
Destiny is
at a
sticking
time
right
of
there with her, though.
2:27.18, so they should be finishing around 6 minutes, maybe 6:10 for the winner. It all depends on how fast they decide to go in that last half of the race and what that kick looks like. Coach Corbett encouraging Faith Roush and Monica Check to pick up their paces a little bit. I believe Faith is also qualified for the section cut. Faith and Maddie both have been swimming this distance race for the Flyers for a number of years. Monica Check really picked it up late in the season last year and has been doing it for the Flyers all year this year. And talking with Monica, this is one of her favorite races to do. The key to this race is to get in a good rhythm and at a good pace and just go. And that's what we see from Maddie Carper right now. That last lap from Maddie Carper, 38:14, is a strong showing. Her last lap was just at high 37 seconds, so she's being very consistent right now. Coach Corbett really working with Monica Check over there. Really wants to see her get that section cut time. He's really encouraging her to keep moving, pick on up her pace.
Maddie is coming through on length 15 now.
So it's still Maddie Carper, then Emma Nord, then Faith Roush as they make the turn at the end of length 15. So when they touch at this end of the wall here coming up, that'll signify that they have 100 yards to go. And currently, they're again a 38:52 for Maddie, so Carper. So she's in a good pace that she's comfortable with. We'll probably see her start to pick it up here a little bit real soon. Maddie right now is at 5 minutes 66 seconds, 5 minutes and 66 hundredths. So, like I said, Austin, she may come in more at that 6:20 range unless she really picks it up to get going. There was the bell signifying the last lap for Maddie Carper. She has about a 5-yard lead right now in Emma Nord. Emma's looking to put her kick in a little bit. Hopefully Maddie's recognizing that and getting ready to go herself. She makes the final turn. Faith Roush still in third. And it looks like Monica Check up in lane 1 is still in 4th place. As they come to the wall, Maddie Carper finishes in about, we'll see what the final time is for her. Her last lap time was 37:66. Maddie comes in, what was Maddie's time, Austin?
6:17:10.
That's a great time for Maddie. She takes first. Faith Roush touched in at third. Monica Check at fourth. Faith Roush touches in at 6:29:55, so that would definitely be a section cut time. And Monica Check.
Our next event
comes in at 6 minutes and 40
is the
seconds.
Junior Varsity 200-yard freestyle relay.
Great showing for
Little
the Flyers.
Falls in lane 1,
taking
Taylor,
first,
Nearing,
third, and
Gustafson
fourth
and
place.
Schermers in
Emma
lane
Nord
3,
had a time
Lang,
of 6
Alholm,
minutes
Taylor,
and
and Dahlberg. In
6:20:44
lane 5,
for
Greenwald,
Milaca
Gustafson,
to come in
Walbeck,
second
and Walbeck.
place.
For Milaca in lane 2,
All
Stuckler,
right.
Streff, Gerard, and Jordan. In lane 4, Bolt, Jutton, LeClaire, and Crandall.
Let the craziness begin. Austin's got a shot at that end of the pool, the start area. You can see all the swimmers lined up. There's not too many swimmers left on the benches for this one. For the Flyers in lane 1, Sarah Kaler, followed by Olivia Nearing, Emma Gustafson, and Danny Schermers. A couple of divers getting a chance to do some swimming there. In lane 3, we have Molly Lang, Jada Alholm, Allison Kaler, and Maddie Dahlberg. And in lane 5 for the Flyers, Ari Greenwald, Barrett Gustafson, Mary Wolbeck, and Sarah Wolbeck. Milaca is in lanes 2 and 4. The Flyers have three relay teams going. Milaca currently in first place in lane 4, followed by the first and second place, excuse me. First place in lane 4, second place up there in lane 2. For the Flyers right now, in lane 3, that is Jada Alholm. She just coming off that 500-yard swim she just had. And in lane 5, that is Barrett Gustafson, and lane 1 was Olivia Nuring. So into the pool right now is Emma Gustafson for the Flyers in lane 1. In lane 3 is Allison Kaler, and lane 5 is Mary Wolbeck. Milaca is in first place in lane 4, followed by Allison Kaler swimming for the Flyers in lane 3. As the anchors get in the pool, still Milaca in first place, followed by the Flyers. That's Maddie Dahlberg in the pool for the Flyers, and Michelle Crandall for Milaca. Flyer divers up there in lane 1 are holding their own. Looks like they'll take 4th place. The Flyer B relay will come in 3rd. And the Flyer C relay will be in 4th place. Great job by the Flyer teams in that JV race. All right.
Our next event is the varsity 200-yard freestyle relay. For Little Falls in lane 3, Noyes, Check, Carper, and Josephson. In lane 5, Gustafson, Kucher, Josephson, and Rausch. For Milaca in lane 2, Saylor, Lubrant, Cutsmith, and Anderson. In lane 4, Herbst, Vivant, Tesh, and Merworth. In lane 6, Smeneleff, Hartung, Nord, and McConnell.
All right, so we got 2 relay teams for the Flyers going in this one, 3 from Milaca. Leading off for the Flyers in lane 3 is Abby Noyes, and lane 5 is Caitlin Gustafson.
So fast.
It is a fast race. Getting ready to get in the pool for the Flyers in lane number 3, Monica Check. In lane number 5, Kendra Kucher. A couple of 8th graders going there. Of course, Monica just coming off that 500-yard swim as well. Milaca still in front. Getting ready to get into the pool for the Flyers in lane number 3 is Maddie Carper, who also just came off that 500-yard swim. And in lane 5 is Leah Josephson. Milaca still leading that in the pool for them right now. And in lane 4 is Isabella Leclerc. She's handing off right now to Michelle Crandall. Or excuse me, she handed off to Brianna Merworth. In the pool right now for the Flyers is Ella Rausch in lane 5 and Rachel Josephson up in lane 3. Milaca will take this relay. The Flyers will take 2nd, and appears to be they'll take 3rd. Yep, they're touching the Milaca team up there in lane 3. So a nice showing by the Flyers, especially the gutsy performances for those Flyers that just finished.
Our next event is the junior varsity 100-yard
right back in the
backstroke.
pool for a 50.
For Little Falls in lane 3, Colts. In lane 5, Klut. For Milaca in lane 2, Trubenbach. 4, Vivant. 6, Neely.
All right. So the JV 100-yard backstroke for Little Falls, Alicia Holtz and Grace Klut. And for Milaca, Lainey Trubenbach, Gabrielle Levant, and Emma Neely.
Score update. The Flyers still lead the Milaca Wolves 76-64.
Of course, that's just the varsity score only. The JV races do not contribute to those scores. They do keep a separate JV meet score, and they announce that at the end of the meet. So for Milaca right now in lane number 4, that's Gabrielle Vivant. She's currently in second place. Sorry, in lane 6, Emma Neely is currently your race leader, followed by, looks like Alicia, up in lane 2 in third place right now is Lainey Trubenbach, followed by Alicia Holtz and Grace Clute. As they come to the finish here, lane 6, that is Emma Neely. She touches in first place. And in second place was Gabrielle Vivant. In third place was...
Our next event is the varsity 100
Grace
backstroke.
Clute.
For Little Falls in lane 1, Gustafson, 3, Josephson, 5, Kaler. For Milaca in lane 2, Schendelbeck Decker, 4, Hendrickson, 6, Van Donsel.
Not quite sure if we got that right. I'm not sure if the board is showing the correct times up there. I know that in lane 6 finished in first place.
It's not updating. It's updating like every 2 races.
Right, for the overall score, but as far as the times go, the times on the board, I'm not quite sure that those were exactly how they finished, but we'll wait to see. All right, so the varsity 100 backstroke for Little Falls in lane 1 is Barrett Gustafson. In lane 3 is Leah Josephson. In lane 5 is Allison Kaler. Right now from Milaca in lane 4, that's Chloe Hendrickson. She is in the lead as she makes the turn at the 50-yard mark, followed by Leah Josephson in lane 3 is in second place. In a close race with Ellie Schindeldecker up there in lane 2.
I think this would be the hardest one for me. I'm pretty sure I'd hit my head on the wall.
All right, so Milaca takes first and second place in that race. Leah Josephson takes third for the Flyers.
Our next event is the junior varsity 100-yard breaststroke. For Little Falls in lane 3, Kaler in lane
The winning time there for Milaca, the Milaca swimmer Hendrickson was 104.57.
And lane 6, Michaela.
All right, up next we have the JV butterfly. Actually, looks like it's the varsity butterfly. Maybe. Yeah, we're doing the varsity butterfly right now. Only one swimmer in this race for Little Falls, and that is Layla Waltman. Oh, excuse me, we were doing the breaststroke. That's my fault. So JV breaststroke in lane 3 is Alicia Holtz for Little Falls, and lane. Oh, my bad. In lane 3 is Sarah Kaler for Little Falls. In lane 2 for Milaca is Indigo Bistra Peterson. In lane 4 is Haley Juten. And in lane 6 is Raina Mikla. Currently, Milaca in the top 3 positions. As we come down the final stretch here, it's still Milaca in positions 1, 2, and 3. In lane 4 for Milaca, that is Haley Juten coming to the wall. She will take first place.
Looks like the score is just updated again
Our next
to
event
the
is the
Flyers
varsity
leading
100-yard
81 to
breaststroke.
75.
For Little Falls in lane 1, Walbeck, 3 Noyes, 5 Greenwald. For Milaca in lane 2, Hartung, 4 Lubrent, 6 Cottsmith.
All right, so varsity-wise, Austin, who do we have for the Flyers in the varsity race?
In lane 1, we have Sarah Wolbeck. Lane 3 is Abby Noyes, and lane 5 is Ari Grinwald.
This has really been a challenging event for Coach Corbett because a lot of his top breaststrokers have been bit by the injury bug. So Sarah Wolbeck up there in lane 1 is a 7th grader, and I believe that Ari Greenwald down in lane 5 is also a 7th grader swimming varsity here tonight for the Flyers. Your race leader right now is Anna Lubrant from Milaca in lane 4, followed by her teammate Ellie Hartung in lane 2, and Abby Noyes is in 3rd place at the moment in lane 3. As they come for the final stretch here, Milaca still taking the top 2 positions, Noyes in 3rd. Closing quickly in lane 6 is Jada Cottsmith for Milaca. She's trying to give Abby Noyes a run for her money. Noyes touches out in 3rd place, Cottsmith in 4th, Greenwald's in 5th, and Sarah Wolbeck will touch in 6th place. Your winning time was 1:20.33
400-yard
for
freestyle relay,
Anna
junior
Lubrant.
varsity. For Little Falls in lane 3, Rausch, Allholm, Dahlberg, and Walbeck. In lane 5, Schermers, Klunt, Holtz, and Walbeck.
All right, we're
For
down.
Milaca in lane 2, Leclerc, Bombarder, Gerard, and Wedland. In lane 4, Voss, Neely, Stockler, and Bolt.
All right, Austin, we're down to our last events for the night, the 400 freestyle relay. The JV race will go first. The 400 freestyle relay. The JV will go first. Both teams looks like they're going to enter 2 relay teams in this event. Get a little delay here at the start as they Try to get all the swimmers lined up. Here we go.
It's weird to be back behind camera again. I haven't been behind the camera in a while.
We'll have to do that to you more often. Austin is usually our graphics wizard, and so we have him running the graphics and a lot of times directing. The delay was that the Flyers needed to borrow a swimmer from Milaca to fill out a relay, likely due to some sort of an injury problem. Milaca being very generous to share one of their swimmers so that they can all swim. Great show of sportsmanship from both teams. All right, so for the Flyers, in lane number 3 is Faith Roush, Jada Alholm, Maddie Dahlberg, and Mary Wolbeck. In lane 5, Danny Schermers, Grace Clute, Alicia Holtz, and Sarah Wolbeck. Actually, I think that's where the Milaca swimmer is filling in for one of the Flyers swimmers. All right, and for Milaca in lane 2 is Isabella LeClaire, Lynn Baumbarger, Jenna Gerard, and Allison Wendland. And in lane 4, Shelby Voss, Emma Neely, Jade Stockler, and Kate Bolt.
It looks like that Milaca racer is filling in for Holtz.
That is Holtz going into the pool right now for the Flyers.
Yeah.
All right. Right now, the Flyer relay team up in lane 3 is currently in first place. Milaca is in second and third place in lanes 2 and 4. That's Jada Alholm in the pool for the Flyers right now. She's finishing off her 50. Now she turns to go do that final lap for her leg of this relay. Jada looking strong after that 500 yards freestyle swim, and following that with that 200 free relay. Here she goes. Alholm will pass off to Maddie Dahlberg for the Flyers. In lane 4, Emma Neely will hand off to Jade Stockler. In lane 2, that was Lynn Baumbarger handing off to Janaea Gerard. So Dahlberg still holding on to the lead for the Flyers. She's about a 10-yard lead on the Milaca swimmer right now.
And the Milaca swimmer for lane 5 has just entered the pool.
Yep. Like, as we said, a great show of sportsmanship from Milaca to let the Flyers borrow one of their swimmers. So Dahlberg's still in first place up there in lane 3, but the race is tightening up a little bit. The lead's been cut down. We'll see if Dahlberg can hand off the lead to her teammate Mary Wolbeck. But the Milaca swimmer coming on strong, and actually at the end, Milaca moved into first place, but we'll see what happens when they come out of the exchange. Mary Wolbeck in the pool for the Flyers there in lane 3. In lane 4, that's Kate Bolt for the Wolves. Wolves with a slight lead over Wolbeck at this point.
It looks like the Flyers ended up taking first. Ooh, actually no, it was a tie. Oh, changed again. Milaca won that.
Well, they're still swimming here. Those are cut times or split times that you're seeing up on the board right now. All right, as they make the final turn for the third leg, Milaca still in first place. Wolbeck trying hard to close on the Milaca swimmer Kate Bolt as they come to the finish. It'll be Bolt taking the win from Milaca. Wolbeck taking second for the Flyers. Milaca will take third place up in lane 2. And finishing up for the Flyers right now is Sarah Wolbeck down in lane number 5. All right, so we've got a tight meet going here. The Wolves have moved ahead of the Flyers 87-85 as we head into the final event, the 400 freestyle relay for the varsity.
Our final event of the evening is the varsity 400-yard freestyle relay. For Little Falls in lane 3, Gustafson, Waltman, Roush, and Josephson. In lane 5, Josephson, Check, Carper, and Kucher. For Milaca in lane 2, Anderson, Saylor, Van Donzel, and Schindel Decker. Lane 4, Vivant, Herbst, Hendrickson, and Tesh. In lane 6, Mendelef, Nord, Leom, and McConnell.
All right, as we wait for the start of this final race of the evening. Leading off for the Flyers in lane 3 will be Caitlin Gustafson. In lane 5 will be Layla Waltman. Flyers, I was mistaken, the Flyers only entering 2 teams in the 400 relay for the varsity meet. Milaca entered 3. And as they come off the wall, Faith Roush and Caitlin Gustafson and Avery Herbst in a tight race. Caitlin Gustafson comes in and touches first. She heads out for her second 50. Currently, Flyers are in first, Milaca in second and third. Flyers have fourth place, and Milaca is fifth. And in the relays, the top 3 relays will score. Gustafson moving out to a full body length lead over the Wolves swimmer. Into the pool for the Flyers in lane 3, that is Leah Josephson. She will try to build on the lead that Gustafson was able to give her. The Milaca swimmer is hanging right there with her. The Flyers have moved up into third place in lane 5. As they come to the wall at the end of this 50 leg of the freestyle, it's still the Flyers in first place, but not by much. We'll see what happens on this 50 for Leah Josephson. Josephson in lane 3, still in the lead. She will be handing off to, appears to be Ella Roush, who's going to swim for the Flyers in lane 3. Going in lane 5 for the Flyers right now, that is Maddie Carper. The Flyers are holding positions 1 and 3 right now. Milaca in second, Ella Rausch has about a body length lead right now as they come to the turn. You can hear the excitement in here. This meet's going to come down to this race to decide who the winner is. Pretty intense in here, Austin.
Yeah.
A lot of people on their feet from both sides.
Pretty loud.
Ella Rausch still with about that body length lead. She will be handing off to Rachel Josephson. And for Milaca going into the pool right now is Chloe Hendrickson. The Flyers are still in third place in lane 5. That is Maddie Carper, who handed off to Coach Corbett. Switched the lineup here a little bit. I'm not quite sure who's in the pool for the Flyers in lane 5 at the moment. Josephson turns. She's got about a body and a half length lead over the Milaca swimmer. Looks like Coach Corbett switched Kendra Kucher and Ella Rausch around. Josephson now coming into the finish, looking strong, and she will outtouch the Milaca swimmer. The Flyers will take first place, Milaca second. The battle for third is going to be won by the Flyers, as that appears to be Kendra Kucher coming in for the Flyers. The winning time on that relay for the Flyers, 3:57.16. The Flyer swimmers are jumping up and down over at the team area. That relay win and the third place finish looks like it should help them to win this meet. The officials conferring to make sure they didn't have any disqualifications. Before they check in their final scores for the evening. And the final score for tonight's match. Austin, who do we have for
Thank you
winner?
for coming this evening.
Little Falls Flyers.
95, Milaca 91.
Close battle between these two teams. We're going to stay on the air here for a second. As we wrap this broadcast up.
Is that what it is?
The Flyers swimmers are getting ready to do their cheer over there. The seniors are getting up on the top so that they can That was a great race there for a final event for the evening.
Yes, it was. Really close.
We'll have the traditional shaking of hands here between the two teams.
Came within just half a second.
Yeah, it was a tight race there. 0.7 of a second dividing the winning time. So a great way, Austin, for the seniors to go out on senior night, their last home varsity meet. Go out with the win, give them a good amount of confidence going into their last few meets. Up next for the Flyers is, from a varsity standpoint, will be a meet with St. Cloud Cathedral. And for Monday, the JV will have their conference championships over at St. John's. Our next broadcast on Flyer Media Productions will be tomorrow night as we have Flyer football against, as we said earlier, against the New London Spicer Wildcats. That coverage will get underway about 6:45, and then that will be our final fall sporting event for this year. We'll have the choir concert on October 22nd, Monday evening at, I believe, 7:30 p.m. from the Charles D. Martin Auditorium. And then we will have we will follow that with the IMC and the Veterans Day programs. Now there's a tradition here that they have on senior night, the last home meet. There is a daughter-dad race. Should we cover this one, Austin?
Sure.
Let's do it. So it's a daughter-dad race. And I see some of the dads.
I believe it's now time for the dad-daughter race.
So we have Caitlin Gustafson, Hannah Jones going against their dads. I'm not sure about you, Austin, but my money is not on Steve Jones.
I love him.
I don't know if you should let him hear that. Isn't he the one that gives you a job?
I think he knows I speak truth.
Oh, you're welcome, ladies. You're welcome.
All right. The swim caps are being donned. The goggles are getting placed on.
Is Mr. Jones going to race in his khakis?
Apparently so. We'll see what happens.
We're waiting for one more.
So it looks like we'll have Molly Lang in lane one. Mr. Gustafson in lane 2.
And Caitlin Gustafson.
Caitlin Gustafson in lane 3. Oh, Hannah's got to make sure her dad's got a pair of goggles and a lovely swim cap. A lovely pink swim cap, nonetheless. Look at that.
Looking good.
I think we might have to edit this video a little bit, and we'll have to put on this one up on Facebook, the dad-daughter ring. All right, so we have Steve Jones in lane 4, Hannah Jones in lane 5.
Is that a swimsuit that looks like khakis, or are those khaki shorts?
I have no idea. And they're off. And Caitlin Gustafson out to the lead. Hannah Jones trying to maybe give her dad a bit of a help. She goes to the breaststroke. And the one length of the pool win. What a great moment and a great memory for the daughters to have that time with their dads. A good race in the pool. All right. Well, that'll wrap up our broadcast for tonight. Thank you for joining us. It's always a privilege to be able to bring Flyer activities and Flyer events to you, whether it be athletic events or fine arts events or Veterans Day programs. We appreciate your support and we appreciate you watching, and thank you for your time tonight. With that, I'd like to thank Adam Patrick on the directing, and Austin Moore for joining me on the announcing and also running our one motion camera tonight. And for myself, Mark Deal, we'll sign off. Thank you for joining us.
See you next time.